Hello everybody, it's so nice to see you. I hope all of you folks up in the Northern Hemisphere are having a lovely autumn, or should I say, fall. However, I personally am in the middle of spring over here, which is my absolute favorite time of the year. And I think it's the perfect season to be making over this dusty old straw hat into a gorgeous floral chapeau, which is what I'm hoping to be doing in this video. I've never needed a new hat more than I do now, because as you can probably tell, I recently got a rather unflattering new haircut, and covering my head is becoming a necessity. When will I learn that short hair doesn't suit me? Anyway, this is my first time working on a hat. I usually only sew clothes, so I'm really excited to be trying this out and taking you along with me. That way, if things end up going horribly wrong, you will at least get a little bit of entertainment out of it. So, let's get started, shall we? Here's a closer look at the hat I'll be renovating. It's ancient, falling apart, and for the past few years it's been sitting on top of my wardrobe, unused and forgotten. Until now, of course. It's not in the best condition, so it's going to need some mending work. My inspiration for this project is this fabulous hat, one of my most treasured spring pieces, which is decorated with lace and real dried flowers. I adore how it looks, but I'm always afraid to wear it out and about in case the flowers fall off. So I'm planning to turn this dusty old thing into something just as pretty but far more practical. I've already bought some fake flowers for decoration and made a rough sketch of my idea. The first thing I've got to do, however, is brush all the dust off the hat. The hat has three major flaws. This missing chunk here, a large gap at the top, and a broken piece here. I've decided the best way to fix the gap on the brim is by simply removing one row of the braided straw. The rest of the damage can be covered up with some ribbon or lace later on. The crown of the hat is a bit too big for my liking, so to alter it, I'm chopping off the entire top of the hat, which also takes care of the other broken piece at the side. It's slightly terrifying working on a hat because I have no idea what I'm doing. I truly am just guessing and hoping it all turns out fine. Next, I'm trying to decide how much of the crown I should take off. Then I remove the stitches with a seam ripper. I think it's looking a lot better already. Don't say anything about my hair, I don't like it either. I have begun pinning the hat together again, and I have a slight problem. It doesn't fit. I had assumed that the top of the hat would kind of stretch to fit, so I could sew it together, but it doesn't. It doesn't stretch enough. So, yes, I don't really know what to do about that. I have two ideas. The first being using a piece of cut off, and just sewing that into here somehow, or just being lazy and putting a ribbon around the hat, around the top, and so that nobody sees the gap. I'm just going to begin sewing it all together and thinking about my options while I do that. And just a note on that. I knew sewing straw was going to be different, but oh boy, I wasn't expecting this to take so long. And done. Only took me 30 years. Let's try it on. The next step is to fill in the gap. After a small amount of time dithering on about whether ribbon, lace or leftover straw is best, I eventually chose the straw for filling in the gap. I think I made the right choice, for it looks nice and natural and sturdy. Here it is pinned to the hat. It fit almost like a puzzle piece. So last night, when I was supposed to be going to sleep, I thought to myself, I might as well make a start on putting the last pieces of the hat together. So I ended up actually finishing it. I even patched up the broken bit over here. And I really love how it's looking so far. It's not perfect because over here where I fixed it, it's got a bit of a dip, but I'm going to be covering that up anyway with some flowers and ribbons and lace, so it doesn't really matter. Now it's on to the part I've been really looking forward to, decorating the hat. Finally, time to use the fake flowers I've been using as decoration for the past couple of weeks. Actually, I'm rather sad to be taking them away from my little arrangement. So many options, it's almost overwhelming. Let me tell you, I had an awfully hard time deciding how the hat should be decorated. Honestly, I believe I'm the most indecisive person in the world. Or am I? I don't know. I can't decide. If somebody could decide for me what I should put on the hat, that would be great. Eventually, I came up with a rough idea. Good enough for me, and now it's time to pin everything on exactly how I want it to look like, so I can get a final look of the design before I sew it all on. Here it is so far. What do you think? Answer. Well, I don't know about you, but I think it's looking pretty fabulous. I decided to place the flowers closer to the front of the hat instead of all around it, and I didn't wind up using the fake orchids because they would have been too much. I'm also planning to put the flowers even closer together when I sew them on. But other than that, here's the final look. Time to stitch it all on. It's going to take a billion years, but I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun. After attaching the lace and ribbon, I quickly wanted to make the ribbon that ties under my chin, which as it turns out was anything but quick because the ribbon is so flimsy and therefore not easy to work with. Please ignore this hairstyle. I did my best, which tells you a lot about the haircut I have. Now all the lace and ribbons are attached and this is what it looks like so far. And the back. I absolutely love how it's looking so far. And you know, I think it's so cute that I almost don't want to put the flowers on. Still, I cut them all out, so I have to go through with it. And I'm sure it will look just as cute with the flowers. Everybody, I am so excited to say that my new spring hat is finally finished. just in time for spring to be over next week. Here is a final look at the hat. I truly adore how it looks, and I'm so pleased with my efforts. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I see you next time. Bye for now.